Hello and welcome to DriveSpark. This is Bharadwaj and I am continuing our coverage of the Auto Expo 2023. Today I'm going to be concentrating more on the motorcycles, the two-wheeler beasts that are present right here. QJ Motors, Benelli and other brands have showcased a lot of motorcycles, and I'm going to be doing an individual video of that. All the videos will be dropping soon on our channel. Do check them out, especially all the Benelli motorcycles that are present right here. This is the Leoncino 500. Now this is a retro street motorcycle that if I can call it, but certainly looks good and has a lot of attention, grabbed a lot of attention since its launch. So let me run the looks first and then I'll come back to the specs. So what you see here is the DRL like this. This is the DRL, and what you see here are the tail lamps, headlamps. I'm so sorry for that. Projector setup for the low beam and the reflector setup for the high beam. So those are the lighting situation on this motorcycle, and it gets LED indicators here as well. On the front fender, the number plate is mounted, and see here is Benelli's emblem that has been posted or replaced right on the front fender. It is only made on this motorcycle. There are no other motorcycles in India that comes with this logo, Benelli logo right here. So that is it, and that's the front fender. Now coming back to the side profile, let me go there a little bit and show you the side profile of this motorcycle. I can show you the exhaust. So see here, this is the side profile of the motorcycle, and you can spot a rider seat, a ribbed rider seat, and a plain pillion seat here as well. And this gets the same 500cc engine that is based on the 502 and the 502X. However, there have been a couple of changes. It is detuned slightly. However, if you can spot it, there are a couple of other tricks on this motorcycle. It gets a 17-inch wheels at the front and the rear, and it gets a dual output exhaust, dual port exhaust, but it's not dual exhaust as well. It's a single piece, but it gets dual ports right there. And what you see right here is dual discs that are present, and that's the Leoncino badge right there, if you can spot it, and there's the Benelli badging right there. So that's the fuel tank. I'll come back to the specs of it. And coming to the instrument cluster, it gets a dual layout, fully digital instrument cluster. The rev counter and the speedometer both are digital. There is no analog setup on this motorcycle. You get to see switchgear right there, and you get to see a switch for the ABS right here to switch it off. And that is one thing. And you get adjustable levers for the clutch and not for the brake right there. Coming a little further back, the rear passenger or the pillion rider can hold the bike with the grab rails that are present right here. It gets a horizontal LED tail lamp, and right next to it are placed the indicators. There's no indicators on the fender like other Benelli motorcycles. It is properly placed on right next to the tail lamp, and that's the tire hugger right there. It gets a single disc at the front and also dual disc. It gets a dual disc at the front and a single disc at the rear. And it also gets a small fly screen to add to the character of the motorcycle. Now coming to the specs of this, as I mentioned earlier, it gets a 500cc engine, and it is slightly lesser. It gets a slightly lesser power than the 502X, and here it produces 46 bhp and 46 Nm of torque, 6-speed gearbox of course, and it gets 160 mm ground clearance. The seat height is, I'm guessing it's not mentioned in the crib sheet, but I'm guessing it's around 800 to 810 mm of seat height, if I'm not wrong. Fairly decent seat height, and it gets dual channel ABS, 320 mm disc at the front and 260 mm disc at the rear. So that's the Benelli Leoncino 500. What do you think about this motorcycle? Let us know in the comments below. Like and share this video, and do subscribe to DriveSpark if you haven't done it already. This is Bharadwaj signing off. Stay safe and ride safe.